everybody, and thank you.
Yeah, man. You want to pick up your fans before you start the interview, Junie Ranks?
Well, yeah, big up every one of the fans in the UK. You know, a long time Junie Ranks haven't been there, but I don't know, some have a lot of fans from back then. So big up on yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just go and listen to the interview and thing, you know?
Nice, nice. And how is Philly?
Well, it's okay, it's okay. You don't know, it's not a cold day today. It's, you know, the weather is coming on. Not like too hot, not too cold right now.
Nice one, nice one. Yeah, Junie Ranks, once again, welcome on board. It's a pleasure having your presence
Thank
here,
you.
man. A veteran
Thank
dancehall
you.
female artist.
For real, thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
inviting me.
Enough respect, enough respect to you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So tell us, Junie Ranks, what part of Jamaica were you born, and what was
Well,
life growing up for you, and the struggles
I
you
was
had to endure or go through?
all right. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and raised in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. You know, in a little community they call Sakaba Housing Scheme.
Right.
I began my career in 1983, really. In DJing and sound system,
Yeah.
like techniques I pour in my neighborhood and ET disco.
Yeah.
Really and truly, I was like the female artist in Old Harbour, and I mean Cocotees from Clarendon, but
Yeah.
Cocotees started out also in my youth club, which was Afric Youth Club. I was the female artist, and he was the male artist. you know,
Okay.
so yeah, so we started out definitely, in my community, DJing and sound system. I also entered the TSD Talent Contest 1984. I mean, I did not won, but the response from the crowd was very, very touching
Yeah.
and thing, and let me know that I really want to really,
I
go
was
further with my career.
I was going to come on to that. you know.
Yeah. All right.
Tell us about the struggles you had to go through growing up in your parish. I mean,
Well,
with your family and schooling.
well, to tell the truth, I was a tomboy growing up in school. I growing up in my community. Maybe that's why I become a DJ also because I wanted to,
Yes.
hold the mic and toast like the guys and all that too. But I mean, I didn't really have a rough upbringing certain way. But my mother never really wanted me to be an a DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
She wanted me
I'm
to.
going to come on to that as well.
I'm
I have some
talking
I
too
have some
much, you
I
know.
have some questions for you too. Consider that
Oh,
anyway later on the show. But tell me, Junie Ranks, you've been around for a very very long time, years without tears.
yeah.
I just want to delve into the past. Um, as you said a while ago, it all started on a song system called Technics High Power,
Mm-hmm.
and at that time there was not too many female artists around. Could you tell me who were the
No.
female artists around at the
All
time?
right. You see, the era before me was really Sister Nancy, Lady Ann, and you have Woman Liza. They were the era before me. Used to have a female DJ also by the name of Jackie Statement, Sister Verna. They were before, my era really. But I really was inspired by Sister Nancy,
Yes.
because Sister Nancy was the female artist at that time, that was out there. And, we used to listen to her and, we wanted to be like Sister Nancy. So, yeah, I was inspired by her as a female artist.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of female back then. And Mama Liza really and truly, when I started out, I started DJing and sound system at the tender age of 15, really.
Yes.
And I used to go to dance hall. Like I used to go to a sound system in Clarendon by the name of King of Taros, and Mama Liza and Kojak used to be in the sound system. So it was a pleasure seeing Mama Nancy as a professional at that time, and I was still, trying to get into it, but used to get my time, to toast the mic. And, we didn't have a lot of female DJ at that time, so it was kind of cute, seeing a little young female DJ DJing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have a rough time when, you have to kind of wait for the guys to give you the mic, really,
Yeah.
But when you really get it, you really take advantage of it,
Yes, yes,
You want to
true,
prove
true.
yourself those time, yeah.
I agree. And also, they used to call you Little Nancy.
Yeah, when I started out first, I didn't really have a name of my own. So because I used to DJ Sister Nancy songs, like in my youth club, I'd never start to write like lyrics for myself at that time. So I would hear Nancy music, or Nancy have some lyrics, when she used to DJ and the sound system then back then. And I would like listen to, the cassette tape and hear her. I mean, I started to DJ her lyrics at my youth club, and that's all, what I'm saying, my community kind of pushed me, to really, go further. I used to DJ all her songs and things, so they used to call me Little Nancy because I didn't have a name for myself yet,
Yes.
At that time in my community, everybody called me Junie. But when I really find out that I really want to do, really want to become an artist, I start to act like rough, because at that time, if as a female, if you're not acting rough, what I'm saying, it's like you're not for the business. And as you know, we were in a male-dominated field at that time. So we have to just act like we're rough, to be accepted. So to the way I used to really act like I'm a rough girl, like a tomboy at that time, they just fling the name on me and call me Ranks, because those days, ranking was the name, every man want him ranking, or, you act like a tough, you're a Ranks,
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So because I was a tough girl in my community, everybody just start calling me Ranks, So that's the way the name comes.
Yeah. So you were Sister Nancy protege?
Yeah, in the first song that I recorded, 1984, was Counteraction on the Tagalog rhythm. If you notice, Sister Nancy's song Bam Bam was on the Tagalog rhythm, and I was loving Sister Nancy at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like she inspired me so much that the first song that I recorded was in Sister Nancy camp, because Sister Nancy was with Techniques, Techniques label, and I wanted to be on Techniques label too, because the hottest female DJ was on Techniques label, So I went searching for a producer at that time, which is 1984, and I went looking for Mr. Riley. And when I went there, that's the first night I even met Sister Nancy too. That first day that I went to to meet Mr. Riley, I met her. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I was seeing Sister Nancy, And that same day, Mr. Riley asked me, Junie Ranks, no, he never said Junie Ranks. He said, can you DJ? And I said, yes. He said, let me hear you. Because those days you have to really, you have to definitely prove yourself.
Yes.
Definitely. So he said DJ. So I started DJ all the lyrics that I have until I couldn't find any more lyrics,
Yes.
And he said, okay, take me to the studio that same night. And the same night I was so lucky because those days you have General Echo, Lena must have dreamed you a dream.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have Ring the Alarm. All of those big songs was on the big top rhythm, which was Tagalog.
Tagalog, yes.
So I said to him, I need that Tagalog rhythm. And he said, okay. He gave me the rhythm. And I remember that night I was in the studio. And that was the first night I went into a recording studio, and I didn't even know how to be on key, because I started out on sound system, not like in a recording studio, I run a band, because those days you have to come from the sound system. So I remember that night when I started to DJ, and I was like so off key on the rhythm, and Nancy picked up a bunch of keys, and started to shake it in the voice room, in the room. I didn't realize what she was talking about. So when she started to shake the keys, I said, it's not mine.
Yes.
So she was trying to tell me, you're not on key. But I'm telling her the key wasn't mine. So then, it was very nice of her to really come in the voice room and kind of, coach me on the track and tell me, no, you got to DJ like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah, that was a pleasure. It was an experience, and I have to say, thank God, because my first song that I recorded was in Channel 1 studio. You recorded in Channel 1 studio. It's like, yeah, you're a great legend.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So most of my early songs was released in Channel 1 studio, was recorded in Channel 1 studio by Winston Riley from Techniques Record.
Yeah. And I could tell you were very determined. You left your area, came down to Kingston looking for the producer, Mr. Riley.
You know what?
And I think you spent about a whole day waiting for this guy on a step. Is this correct?
Yes. I was waiting for the whole day for Winston Riley, and at that time, to tell the truth, I was born in Kingston, but I went back to I went to live in St. Catherine. I think when I was like 8 years old or something like that. And then, back then it's not like, no, you can be an entertainer anywhere in the world or anywhere in Jamaica. if you really want to make it big, you can stay like in the country. I call Old Harbour country because that's what they call it back then.
Yes,
She's a country girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to really make it, you have to leave from your parish to go into Kingston to really, find a producer and all that, because all the producers was there. So I decided, like, after I entered the Tasty Talent Contest, I wanted to be a recording artist after that, because it really felt good, to see the crowd was really, how they react to me at that time. So I just decided to pack up a bag and just leave to Kingston. And then, the tender age of, I would say, maybe I was like 17 at that time. And I decided to pack up and go back to Kingston. So I pack up and go back to Kingston, not knowing where I was going to stay,
Yes.
But when I went and I asked, where's Mr. Riley record shop? And they showed me where the shop is. That night when I recorded my first song, Mr. Riley, tell me to DJ that all night. But when I leave that studio that night, I didn't know where I was going. And to tell you, up till today, I could tell you the story. I didn't know where I was going. Mr. Riley said to me, where should I drop you? And I said, downtown, to take the bus to go back to Old Harbour. He said, downtown, we're younger, like you're going to be downtown. No bus running this time of the night. So Sister Nancy said, you know what, come on with me.
Yeah.
And she took me to her house that night. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I could tell her, me and Nancy is like friends from then until this day. I never forget.
Yes.
The way I was feeling so good that, big sister Nancy told me to come to her house. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the next day I was about to go home, and she said, no, you don't have to go home. So I stayed there with her. And, we went to the movie theater the next day, and that's how I met even Brigadier Jerry at the first time and all of that. I mean, it's a long book to write my career. I can't hand it right here, but, that's just a little piece of the puzzle right there,
Yeah, but wasn't your parents concerned?
Well, at that time, it's a long story with my parents. My parents was broken up. My father and my mother broke up at that time, so I was kind of a little bit on my own. I mean, at first I know if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be an artist today, because my mother was a very strict woman.
Yes.
But even though she was very strict, didn't want me to be an artist, I used to like steal away in the night. Like whenever she's going to bed, I always put my clothes on the line outside. And as soon as they fall asleep, I would take my time and open the back door and run out and go to the dance.
Yes.
So I remember one night I was DJing in the dance that was in my ear. I forgot what song was in my ear. And I went to the dance and I was DJing, and my mother was in her bed and hear my voice on the mic. And she get up and come straight to the dance.
Oh, dear.
And I remember I was there DJing, and I hear my friend say, Junie, your mother is coming. By the time I look around, my mom grabbed me in my back. You know what I'm saying? And I dropped the mic, and I was like trying to run away, and she was hitting me with her slippers through the dance.
And what age were you at the time? What age were you?
At that time, I was like 17. I was like 17. But, at that time, as parents is saying, look, you're not a boy. You're not supposed to DJ. You're not a boy, But that was what I wanted, So it was a lot until that day when my mother and my father split. And I said, yes, this was my opportunity,
Yeah, yes. You were very determined. Mm-hmm. So you used to hide the clothes. You used to hide the clothes on the line.
I used to put the clothes on the line and wait until they fall asleep. And as soon as they fall asleep, I would open the back door and just go out to the back and put my clothes on and run through the gate and go to the dance. That's what I used to do.
I could tell you're very, very determined, Junie Ranks.
Well, back then we were living in a more safe time than even now. You know, I mean, I wouldn't advise a young girl to do that right now. But one time is like, it doesn't matter. We was afraid of was the dark. And as I said, it wasn't all about the dark for me. I just want to get my thing shine, you know what I'm saying? So I would just I would run through my neighborhood until I reach out in the light, So it was just that we were scared of the dark that time. We wasn't scared like we was going to get stolen away or that,
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Junie Ranks. Looked like you was a bad girl when you're young, eh?
Yeah, I wanted what I want, so I went for what I want,
I agree. Now let's get back to your first recording, Counteraction, Junie Ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just feature this track for our listeners?
Yes.
Yes? Counteraction.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
My name is Junie Ranks, and I'm at my phone stand. I send special requests to each and every one. And here come counteraction to everything called eradication. Do it, y'all, 'cause on my way down to Portland, cut Was on my way down to Portland Cottage. I give thanks and praise to the Almighty. I open my Bible and I read a scripture. I build a call split my body in a whistle. I'm walking down the street, not to meet an officer. Was my body look as I bend the corner. Soldier in the camp, the police in the station. Soldier in the camp, the police in the station. I put them up together at eradication. I put them up together at eradication. Them won't go charge me for murderation. Them won't go charge me for murderation. Until Junie Ranks is at the microphone stand.
Blah, blah.
I want to tell you, this song right here is one of my favorite songs.
Yes.
And when I say one of my favorite, it's one of my favorite songs because I was hungry. That, you know what I'm saying, in those days, I was very hungry.
What year was that?
That was like 1984 I did that song.
Wow.
And I was very hungry for the...
Did you write your own lyrics? Did you write the lyrics to that song?
Every song I ever do up till today, I write it. But guess the funny thing about it? I was around the microphone. We didn't have a book at that time. You have to just DJ from your head. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it, we used to DJ on tracks, like 8 tracks, 16 tracks.
Yes.
And in those days you can't miss. You just have to DJ straight until the song is done. Because when you miss, it's like the engineer got to splice the song. When I say splice, it's like you're using a cassette tape at that time. So if you miss a little bit, they have to cut the tape.
Yes.
And when they cut the tape, they have to put them back together. So you picture like if it was today and you got to do that, how many work you got to do,
yes.
So you have
school.
to try to, not like you can't make a little mistake that you have to splice it one time. But if you keep splicing the tape, so you have to just DJ straight. So if you notice, it's like we're just chanting those days. And I'm saying we don't have time to look in books, so you have to DJ from your head, so... That's how it go those days.
Yeah, this is a big tune, Counteraction. I remember this like it was yesterday, Junie Ranks.
Yeah, and to tell you, when I hear my voice on the record for the first time, I was like, oh my God, was I doing that song? It was, you these days I take it for granted, but
yes,
you have to really earn it those days. You have to earn it to go into a studio and be on a record those days. Yes. You can't just say you're an artist and they just put you on a record like that. No, you have to. Some people have to like suffer. Go to the studio every day, stand up when you see the producer. You say, "Boss, me have a lyrics, Boss, more you listen to me, The boss man will pass 10 times and don't even stop to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference today. So when a producer definitely recorded back in the days, you're really worth recording. And that's why most of even the songs back in the days is like last until today and forever. Because they're music with substance. Because if the producer think you're not ready, he's not going to put you in the studio.
True. I quite agree with that. But tell me, Junie Ranks, at that time, didn't you feel intimidated walking into a male-dominated field? You know what?
I never feel intimidated. I would say I was feeling more protected at that time. Because the male back then, the only thing they would do is beg you a little or something. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to protect you back then. Yeah. But let me tell you this first of all. We didn't go right, like me going to a dance hall, I never ride in a car back then. I ride on the back of the truck with the box boy them.
A tomboy.
You understand me? With the sound man, we call them box boy days.
Yes.
Right? We have to ride on the back of the truck. We experienced, that's the life I could tell you that I live so I could talk about it because that's all we do it back then.
Yes.
If don't make the truck miss you. Don't make that truck with the box miss you to go to the country. If you hear say the dancer keep a Clarendon and the truck a pack up 2:30, make sure you're there at 2:30 waiting on that truck unless you ain't gonna reach it in Clarendon. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And there's times when even as a woman, we on the truck with a lot of men, but the men never really disrespect us. They look out for us really. You know, when you reach at the dance, it's the same as sometime when the dance even done as a like a female in the dance, more time the dance done. All they can do is scrape out the curry goat pot if any curry goat leave and just go and lean up on the box and wait until when the selector play the last. And they're ready to pack up the box to go back to, to Kingston or wherever. Sometimes I fall asleep on the sound box and the sound be playing very loud, but I don't hear it because I'm so tired.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd be so tired I fall asleep with my head leaned up on the box, you know. But I mean, those was the days, as I said, you want to really win it, you have to earn it them days, you know. So even like today, most of these artists out there right now, you see them dead long lasting and all those things. People don't even know your journey, you know, where you're coming from. And it's hurts sometimes to see, you know, the disrespect that we get as veterans sometimes after we have paved the way, and we are the ones who put it sometime, you know, we chop back it more time, and now it's like you have to even beg, you know what I'm saying, for your voice to be heard.
True. Yeah. But coming back to your mom, Junie Ranks, was she aware, did she knew about your whereabouts at the time? Going all the way to Clarendon and...
No, you know, parents is not going to allow that if they know that you're going there. There's a lot of times, as I say, I'm not afraid to say there's times that I have to like run away from my house of music, you know. I used to run away from my house of music, and sometimes my mom would send even my uncle to find me, because when I say run away, I might run away to a friend's house and I can't go back home because I didn't listen to my mom when she said you can't go there, you know. I went there, so I'd be, you know, joking up at one of my friend's house for many days until my mother might send my uncle to get me. Sometimes I see my uncle coming, I feel like running, but he run and catch me. And I know what's going to happen after that. I got a whipping, but the whipping don't last but so long, because when I heard that Gemini is coming in Old Bar, wherever it's going to be, I said, boy, I need to go to Gemini because I want to see Johnny Ringo. You know, I want to see Walter Nairi. So I'm going to, I'm going to go regardless. And I know the consequence, but I was willing, you know.
Yeah. And also, Junie Ranks, there was a song you wrote. I think it was called Give Me the Body. And your mom was very upset with you. Do you remember this?
Very, very upset. When I did Give Me the Body, I never forgot. Even my grandmother, that time I was living in Kingston by then, and I remember after I do Give Me the Body, Admiral Bailey come out with a song named Give Me Punani, Punani. Yeah. And those days, as female, we always like, you know, counteract the men when they come out with, you know, songs like that. So I was the one who jumped and Give Me the Body. I want to counteract Admiral Bailey. So I remember when that song come out, and, you know, all the people in my community where my mother, you know, lived, they were saying to my mom, Florence, you don't hear your daughter do a slack song talking about Give Me the Body, you know? And my grandmother, everybody was telling my grandmother about the song and all that. So I remember when I went to visit and I was going towards my grandmother to look for her, my grandmother see me, and my grandmother said, don't come here. You can't even drink water out my glass. to hear a little girl DJing about that, but then it wasn't cute, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So my grandmother said, you can't even drink water from my glass. But let me tell you,
oh dear,
my grandmother would brag behind my back door and say, did you hear my grandchild's song? You know, she do a song, she start recording and all that, but in front of me, she will say, you can't even drink water from my glass. Your mouth is too nasty. Yeah.
Oh my goodness me. So what did your mom say to you then?
Well, as I said, my mom was the same thing too. You know, as I said, those days was like, you know, I mean, today maybe parents might hear you say that and like it don't come in like nothing to them. No, but back then, you know, parents was kind of old-fashioned them days, so they don't want to hear you with those words out your mouth. So they're not going to feel good. So my mother didn't really feel good about me saying it either. But, you know, she still did give me my full support, because after a while she realized that she couldn't stop me from being who I wanted, especially when I started to record it, you know. I mean, she just have a different mindset at that time. And she was kind of proud telling everybody, you know, my daughter start recording and all of that after a while. But, I mean, at first she didn't really care for me to be in it. But to see what I went through, you know, all the beating that she have beat me to stop, and, you know, she just couldn't help it again after I went through the gate, you know. So she was still proud in the long run.
Yeah. And something else I forgot to ask you, Junie Ranks. You remember your mom buying you a size 10
shoes?
Yeah, size 10 shoes, and
you
you were size 7. I know a lot.
I remember. But
Tell me about it.
Then, you know, you know, back then they used to have a store they call Butter, right? Yes. But if that's what you're talking about, the shoes that my mom bought for me that was bigger, yes. So you know, back then they used to buy you Butter shoes. Back then, like Butter crepe. There was some ugly looking shoes, but your mother would buy you one shoes to go to school for the year,
Yes.
or then when the year finish, you will get another new set, new shoes to go to school again. So my foot was like around a size 6, and my mother buy like a size 10 booger crepe for me to go to school. Look, I don't want to talk about this, but those are the days. You go to school and your shoes is big.
Yes.
So you get teased by the kids and all of that, and then when your shoes are start to beg bread now and thing, and your mother tell you got to wear that shoes to school to and thing. It was like, it was something else.
Yeah, and also, did you write rungs on the front of your shoes as well?
Yeah, I write rungs on the front of my booger crepe, and I was called up in the principal office. Because I used to like turn up my uniform shirt, like, turn the sleeve up. I just want to look like a Ranks at that time. So, you go to school, look like a stepper, And as a female, that's saying cutie, the back then you're acting like a guy. But as I said, it's DJ thing, make you want to really hack that way, because if you don't really, put yourself out like that, is like they're saying that you're not for it, you're not soft. So, it's like you're just trying to really fit up with everybody. So I remember like going to school, and the principal sent me home and said, don't come back to school until you bring your mother, because you come to school with ranking right up all over your shoes and all them something. We don't accept that in the school. So my mother come back, and said, look at her, with ranking all over her shoes and all that in the school and thing. But anyway, they finally accept me back in the class and thing. And, even I remember when we have devotion, one time we used to have it like outside. And I remember when the devotion was going, the principal stopped, and the principal looked across the field and see me, and the principal shout out, we welcome back Miss Rankin into school. So the whole class was like clapping and all of those. So I was just that problem child. When I say problem, not problem like I give a lot of problem, but
proper
what I'm saying?
Tomboy.
I just, proper tomboy, and stuck in my own ways because I want to be, who I want to be, but that was it.
Now tell me, Junie Ranks, which song bust Junie Ranks?
I would say, big and ready, this is big and ready. Big and ready, this is big and ready.
Yes.
Say some sound gal up for that MC. Another sound gal up for this MC. Well, I know any sound can come check her for me. You look for me body money physically. You look for me foot and well eerie. And the sign and the strength of me having my body. They call it. Big and ready was one of my favorite songs.
Let me feature this track, Junie Ranks. Big and ready.
Secretary Expassy, cause I don't know so this is big already. See,
We're chatting to the legendary female dancehall artist Junie Ranks right here on RFI Radio 102.1 FM.
Big and ready, this is big and ready. 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 Say some sound gal up for that MC. Another sound gal up for this MC. But I know any sound can come tackle for me. You look for me body money physically. You look for me foot and well eerie. And the sign and the strength when me have in the body then call it. Big and ready, man, it big and ready. Big and ready.
Yeah, big tune, Junie Ranks, big and ready.
Yeah.
So why would you say this track rise you to stardom?
Well, you know what? Up to this day, anywhere I go, most of my songs, people might not even remember that I do it or whatever. But once I say big and ready, because it's on the Things and Time rhythm also, and the Things and Time rhythm was one of the biggest tracks. Yes. Biggest rhythm back in the days, and I'm saying, so I was the only female DJ who recorded on the Things and Time rhythm when it just dropped. And they, like back then when they put out a song, they don't just put one song on a track. They'll put a whole host of song on one track. And I was the only female DJ amongst all the other male on that one track. So every time you play Leave People Business Alone.
Yes.
Me no all of it do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life Goes On. All of those songs, and you're gonna hear Big and Ready play on it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was one of my most popular songs. To tell you a story about this song. Big and Ready was not released in Jamaica when it just came out. It was not released in Jamaica. I didn't even know the song was released. I went to America. I came to America 1988. I think the song released 1985 or 88, something like that. I don't remember. But when I came here, I came to do a show. And I perform and everything, mash up the place and come off. And then I heard David Levy. He was the MC, and he said, you haven't done your hit song yet. And I said, my hit song? That was my big song in America at that time. And I said, of course I did it, because I think he was talking about Cry for Me Boops or, Give Me the Body. So I said, I did all those songs already. He said, no, he didn't do Big and Ready yet. So I said, Big and Ready, that's not released yet, because I didn't know, because back then the producers would come in abroad and release the song abroad and don't release it in Jamaica. So we don't know that the song is overseas unless somebody come and say, I hear your song playing. So when he told me that the song released over here, that time the song was one of my biggest songs in New York. And I said, oh my God, I don't even know the song. Because when we recorded back then, we would just go in the studio and hear the track and we just vibes up a song on it right away. So after time, you might not even know the lyrics after you don't do it,
Yes.
Until you start to hear it more and more, then, you eventually will, learn the song. So when I came and they tell me, oh, Big and Ready is the biggest song, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even do my own song because I don't know the song. Because I did the song like, say, 6 months before. And I never even, go back and even listen to it or nothing. So David Levy said to me, the only thing you got to do is sing the punchline. The people know the song. So I went back on the stage and they put on the track and I started singing Big and Ready. And the whole crowd started to sing Big and Ready.
Going wild.
So everybody know the song away from me who did the song. So to tell you the truth, as I go along years over years, that's how I even learned the song, because, I have it in my position at that time. But that was the story about the song. The song that I didn't know that released is my biggest song.
The biggest song.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there was another big hit back in the 80s as well. Stop Distressing Women. Can I just play this track for you, Junie Ranks? 1 minute.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just let you know it's one of my favorites as well, okay?
Okay.
Well, it's one dedicated to all of the man them who are distressed, man. I Junie Ranks come for take a stand. See? I'm the friend girl, pin it to the max. So hear it. Land of His mercy. Hear me now, Junie Ranks in your party. For me no soup. Me a go lick against the man, them way ya distress so man. Lick against the man, them way ya distress so man. Me a go lick against the man, them way ya distress so man. My name is Junie Ranks and me love every man, but me can't take the man, them way ya distress so man. I talking to the DJ them in the island. So open your ears and listen proper. Ninja man name there, woman bring him come ya. Red Dragon there, a woman bring them come ya. I'm a whisper them the DJ and the super, but me no love her, me no like her when they cuss a daughter. But we belly marky.
Yes, Junie Ranks, this was a big hit. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that was a big hit, and that song was recorded for Donovan Germain and Penthouse label.
Yeah, the Penthouse,
and I must say, big respect, to Donovan Germain. Donovan Germain is the first producer I've ever dealt with that have given me royalty. When I say royalty, I mean I was recording for other producers for years. Yes. And I've never get royalty. I never get $1 for my song until when I started recording for Donovan Germain. I was in his camp within 1989, 1990 to 1992. I was in Penthouse camp. And that was the first time I've got royalty from a song. When I did this song, Lick Against the Man, them were Distress Man. Yes. And I also recorded, I think, 3 more songs for Donovan Germain. I've recorded a song with Wayne Wonder, Sweetest Girl.
Yes. Remember.
And I recorded one named X-Rated, something like that. I think I did 4 songs for Donovan Germain. He was the only producer who ever gave me royalty, when I started out in the business. So, big up Donovan Germain, because he made me know, me to get money for music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I know that I was supposed to get paid for music. If he didn't, come and give me a check and say, this is your royalty.
Yes. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
I've got niggas Kinto on the line. You're saying that this is a very big song as well. Mm-hmm. And also, I've got another friend of yours, Suzanne. She's laughing at what you said about the booger crepe shoes.
The booger, big up yourself.
Which you said that I know too much.
Yes. Yeah, he scout out my career. He's you know what? He's stalking me. You're stalking me. But that's a good thing still, because I like when people kind of go into my career, at least when you're interviewing me, that I'm saying, you don't know what to say or what to ask me. So it made the interview even more fun.
Definitely. I quite agree with you.
Yeah, man.
Okay, now, Junie Ranks, take me back to the year 1988, Sting. Talk to me about this, your era, when you came on the stage with Sting. I think it was Free the Hard Way.
All right, it was for the hard way.
For the hard way,
all right,
yes.
so this is our era right now, okay? Like,
Definitely.
we didn't say 1988, 1987 was the first thing. Not the first thing, but the first for the hard way thing.
Yes.
How this for the hard way thing come up, a lot of people don't know, but let me really, let people know how this for the hard way come up.
Sure.
There's another female artist by the name of Lady Junie. Let me explain right here that my era of female DJ is like Lady G, Sister Charmaine, Junie Ranks, and Lady Junie. Some people kind of mixed up the two names, Junie Ranks and Lady Junie. It's two different artists.
Yes.
It's not the same. So how we really end up with the 40 hardware was because of me and Lady Junie, because we were the two female DJ who was always at each other's throat because we have the same name.
Yeah.
You understand? We have the same name. All right. The thing about it now, me and Lady Junie always at war, and Mr. Leng definitely come up with this thing because there was a little misunderstanding. I don't want to really go into that because when it comes to female and female, I'm not too like the, separation away from we're supposed to live love and another thing. But me talk what happened for another past. It was a little, thing going on between me and her, and they decided to put the two of us on Sting for people to really know the difference from the Lady and the Ranks.
Yeah. Because
people always are mixed way up. So this 40 hardware come up now that Mr. Leng said, all right, we're gonna have a 40 hardware male and a 40 hardware female because first of all it was me and Lady Junie supposed to clash. So Lady Maca Diamond, she just came in the business at that time as Lady Mackerel. She was just entering into the thing because Lady Mackerel come around to 1989. Right? No, 1988 Lady Mackerel come because she was the first female, she was the female DJ who entered the first thing. It was me, Lady Mackerel, Lady Junie, and Sister Charmaine. I hope I'm right. I know Lady G entered the 1 year, which is the first year Lady G really come to light. I'm not sure if it was me, Lady G, oh God. You know what? It was Lady Junie, Sister Charmaine, me, and Lady G. Lady G was like an upsetter because she just come on the scene with this Papa San tongue.
Yeah, man. Yes, I remember. Lady G mash up the place that night.
Lady G was like an upsetter when she come in at the thing, right? So the whole 40 hardware right there was planned because of me and Lady Junie with the war. So when Lady G really appeared upon the scene, I remember when she entered Sting that year, people was kind of focusing on the Sister Charmaine, the Lady Junie, and the Junie Ranks, because we were the one who, was out there like that. But when Lady G, appear and enter Sting that first year, everybody was like, watch the girl there, because when me tell her, say she come like it was Papa San stand up with 3 ladies. I say she come and she started reload some lyrics while really and truly we had chat full lyrics and we had pull up, But when she hold the mic, she not pull up period. She come like when I asked that Cayman and Spark a run. The only time the ass pull up is when the ass win the race. Lady G put on a whipping, me tell her, man. So we have to say, yo, watch that girl the next year. Because the next year, the real and truly that year, Sister Charmaine take it the first year.
Yes.
And the next year now, Lady G was very seasoned now the next year. Because, she started do a lot of recording that, was out there like that, like Sampai Lover, Sampai Lover.
And big respect.
She come, right, big up Lady G. I'm a real friend that for years. If you're listening, wish part of the Lady G, big up yourself. So, that was all the 40 hardware things, female DJ come anyway. And at those days when we really even a clash, it wasn't a clash of like physical war like these artists, war like, some personal issue.
Yeah,
it was all about a lyrical war.
Yes.
When we say lyrical, may the best woman win. And just like a lot of people used to confuse me and Lady Junie, like we're the same artists or we're not the same artists, or some of them are say, oh bad for oh no bad. So the crowd just want to see who is who, what the wickedest artist.
Yes.
So we were all about to prove ourselves right there. If I say, yo, me Ranks and the only female DJ that ranks behind my name. You know what I'm saying? So me I can prove myself right now why my name Ranks,
Yes.
But it was all about a loving thing. After we're done, backstage, we did a hug up and congratulate each other, and feel good about the whole thing.
Yeah, yes.
But the next year when Lady G come now, Lady G, when me tell us Lady G take it like
she done the place.
Furlong. She gone.
Send them to, remember the track where she had? Send them to the hanging tree?
the one with the hanging tree. Let me tell you something, man. I am fully responsible for the hanging tree right there. When I say I'm fully responsible, I never talk until today. I'm gonna really talk about the hanging tree right there. It's me and Lady G. I come from far. When I say we are body like that.
Yes.
Sis, I tell you about the hanging tree lyrics now. I remember that was the year I didn't really enter Sting. Lady G did have a baby the year before, so she didn't really enter Sting the year before. But this year now, when she enter, she come back fresh with a vengeance because she wasn't on the one before. So now it was Lady G, Sister Charmaine, and I think it was Lady P.
Yeah, and
no, it was
Lady Mackerel.
Lady P. No, Lady Mackerel. I forgot the ones that was there. But anyway, Charmaine now, me and our friends, so like you double cross somebody. Me not say I'm a double crosser, but when it comes to like the lyrical thing, that's how we work it. Yes. So I remember Charmaine did say to Mr. Boy, she go draw hey Mr. Madden.
Yeah,
bring me a coffin.
Yeah, to bury the two of you. I remember that.
All right. So me and Lady G kind of par a certain way now. So me I said to G, said, G, me tell her something. Charmaine, I go draw for Mr. Madden, beg a build me tree coffin.
Yes.
So when she draw that, I want you draw the hanging tree. I want to take it to the hanging tree.
Yeah.
So I am fully responsible for setting up that. You know what I'm saying?
The crowd went crazy.
I already know what was going to take place already once Charmaine draw the hanging tree. That's why them say it's not good for you to talk your business, especially if you're an artist and you're about to clash. You know what I'm saying? Keep whatever you practice behind closed door. Don't tell it to the next artist because you never know. So that was what it was all about. I tell Lady G that Charmaine was going to draw Mr. Madden. So she draw the hanging tree right there. And it was that. The whole thing was like, you know what I'm saying? Finish right there.
It's
so
done,
Charmaine,
the place done.
Give me.
Lady G done the place.
Lady G done the place,
yes,
you know.
I spoke to her about this on RFI Radio as well,
Who?
I spoke to her about it, that clash.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
man.
Lady G.
You see the thing about it as, we female in the business back then, we live loving. We not live like, you know what I'm saying? The female these days, it doesn't look funny, even though it was like around five of us was at least running the thing 1 year. We're not gonna say like, we didn't have a little difference, but it's nothing physical. We all grew up at the same place. Our headquarters was Gemini headquarters. Mm-hmm. Every day you're going to see Lady G, Lady Mackerel, aka Maca Diamond. You're gonna see Angie Angel. You see every female DJ group up right in Gemini Club there every day. We eat fancy fish. If we one taxi we order, every one of us pack up in that one taxi, go where we're going and all of that. We used to live very, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Loving as artists and support each other.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Junie Ranks, can I just play a little clip for you?
Yes.
Yeah. With that bag of gun, I'm going to tell you who have the bag of gun. Saying, this is the original bad girl, putting the gun pan cock. Saying, come with the talk about gun, come with your body for that. Now come with this, come on, come with the mama with it. Lord of His mercy, to the rest of your party. And everybody come follow me, hear me now. The gun mama, see me gonna, come on, the gun mama, the all DJ, me the gun mama, see me gonna carry nestle and it won't carry cheese.
You know why me hear that clip there? Yes. Every time I see it, me just cut my hair past it and wish it never end up on YouTube, because I remember those days, when you're on stage, and a DJ draw one lyrics, you have to make up a lyrics for a spot right there if you kill the DJ too.
Yes, of course.
So I was making up the lyrics right on spot there, but I make up the lyrics for a spot and I miss. You understand me? So, regardless of what you do, it's recorded, so it's gonna be there for your lifetime.
Of course.
So every time I run into that tape, it's like, my God, but who really put up that then couldn't cut it out?
but nobody never realized you miss out any line in the song. I mean, you just DJing.
me a DJ now because me make up the lyrics on spot. But you know when you make up a lyrics on spot and at the same time maybe something not come to you right away, you know. But you still have to keep moving. Even if you miss, you have to keep moving. You can't just stop like say, you know what I'm saying, you're aware that you're missing it because sometimes it's only you know but the crowd don't really know. You know, but I mean because I know that I don't like to listen to it sometimes. But I mean that's a part of my history still, you know.
But were you nervous at the time?
Of course. Let me tell you something. Up till today, when I go on a stage, I'm still nervous. Every artist have that little thing about them before they go on stage. So when you go up on the stage now and you have the people, then you feel more comfortable then. But before you go up, you don't know what the crowd is gonna, you know what I'm saying? Especially sometimes you're in some tough crowd, you know. You know? Sometimes it's like some crowd really and truly, if them are wait for another artist, and them might take too long to bring on the artist. When you come on, and you them once, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? It can be rough for you too. So you got to, you're going to feel nervous no matter what, you know? And as I said, anybody's the boy, they never feel nervous when they go up on stage, me no know, but we all have that about us. There was once when I remember when I did my first big show at Fort Clarence. That was 1987 when I do my first big show at Fort Clarence. I never forget. When I get the mic, because I used to DJ in dancehall, I never really hit the stage at that time. And that was the first time I go on a stage. Just to DJ in the dancehall is kind of more comfortable at that time, you know? Yes. But you hitting a stage show now because especially it's daylight and everybody looking at you. When it's night, it's like you more feel comfortable because it's night. So you know, so I'm going to come out at night. So you don't feel no way, but when daylight and everybody will look for you right there. I never forgot when I take the mic and I start to DJ in 1987. You know what? Hardly any word could come out of my mouth the way I was nervous. But guess what now? Thank God I have never ever seen that tape. If I ever see that tape popped up one day, I'm telling you, I never see that tape popped up. But you know what I'm saying? There's a nervousness about them things at all time. But it's not as bad as when you just started, you know. But I mean, sometimes you don't know what to expect with the crowd. You just have to go up there and do your thing. But you could have go up there and shout, and if the people, them is not for you, them is not for you still. You know what I'm saying? True. That's just how the thing go.
Every artist have their day, you know?
Every artist have them there. And sometimes some people don't understand. So, you know, we as artists sometimes, you know, we work is hard, you know. We have our work cut out for more time, you know.
True. And
sometimes you go out there and you even a performance. Even if the crowd don't even say, that don't mean that you're not doing a good performance either. Sometimes people just like to really stand, you know, listen to you, observe what you say, and them still enjoy it. Then now if you say, Ray, you think you mash up the place. Because sometimes, as I say, some artists, because they say, Ray, you feel like you do everything that's good. But no, sometimes the people, them just give you what you really want to hear, you know. So sometimes, you know what I feel, no way if you go out there, you just put on a good performance and you still don't hear somebody say, then still enjoy your work.
Cool. Now tell me, Junie Ranks, would you clash again?
You know what? I would clash again, but the only way I would ever clash again is if I clash with my original people.
Yes.
You have to go put on a sting clash like back then, like a reunion.
Yes, a reunion.
So when you bring back the reunion now, it's like a Lady G, a Sister Charmin, a Junie Ranks, a Sister Nancy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, the original DJ, them I couldn't clash with them nowadays. Artists, female artists nowadays. You know,
disrespectful.
You know, no word showing at them, but the way they clash is just different from how I clash, because clash is supposed to be about a lyrical war. It's not supposed to be no disrespect and all of them something. You know what I say? So would I like to clash again, but may the best man win, and that way I talk about. May the best lyrics win, you know, spit lyrics. Nothing you know what I'm saying? Nothing disrespectful and all of that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And also, Junie Ranks, did you remember you tried to take on Ninja Man one time?
Yeah, man. Me try to take on a lot of man in the business back then. Because as me say, we are going like we are male back then, you know, so we challenge every male where we can. And it was kind of cute, as I say, because, you know, picture me now, I try to take on Ninja Man. And Ninja Man, I said to myself, little girl, I'm your teacher and you're the apprentice, you know. You can't come go on like say you want to come talk to man a certain way. You know what I say? It was fun, you know, because people laugh at those things and they enjoy it. Because when Ninja Man says something to me, I come back with something with Ninja Man again. But no, if it was a man, it would have been different. You know what I say? But Ninja Man kind of did have a lot of respect for me too. You know, so he must say, yo, Junie Ranks, me your teacher, you know, you're the apprentice. So you're going like you want to come this and that, you know. But it was fun.
But what make you think you could take on Ninja Man, the Dan Gargan?
Well, no, so we we always go out, we can't take on anything, so, we just tell ourselves, say, yo, anything come dead. Anything tastes dead. So I see the tell Ninja Man say, you taste you're dead. You know what I say? So it's just a thing about we tell ourselves so we're not back, so we are die trying. You know what I say? You come as a hero and die as a zero sometime, but that's not the thing.
Yeah. And also, can I refresh your memory again, Junie Ranks? You was about to enter a car with Sister Shamin. No, Sister Nancy. And she told you off for getting in front of the car. Do you remember this day?
Oh my God. Yes.
I'm not talking you, okay? I'm not talking you.
Boy, may I tell you, you dig deep, you dig very deep. But anyway, it was my first night going to the studio, right? That this time when I tell you, I got DJ for Mr. Riley before he can record me, right?
Yeah.
So Sister Nancy was going to studio that same night. That was the first time I met Sister Nancy. But Nancy a big DJ them time, the big DJ. I mean, look a small fry, nobody don't know me, I don't have no name, So when I end up at Winston Riley shop now, I'm done DJ out my belly for Winston Riley. Winston say, all right, I'm going to studio tonight, so you're lucky because tonight is in session night. So if I wait, then I could go to the studio. So I said, okay, I will wait. That time it was like, I went to the studio, I went to the record shop like around, say, 2 o'clock. And he wasn't going to the studio until he closed the record shop, which was around 8 o'clock. So I stayed there right through the night.
Yes.
So by that time, Nancy come up the street now because she going to the studio too. So when I see Nancy walking up the street, this tall, slim girl full of silver jewelry. Because those days, Nancy used to wear not but silver, because silver was the thing them days too.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh my God, that's Sister Nancy. Well, anyway, she come and Mr. Riley said, this one new female DJ, she named Junie Ranks. And Nancy said, But anyway, when we're ready now to go to the studio, me now walk out of the shop now and I go into the car. So Mr. Riley used to drive a big old fishtail car, them big broad fishtail car back in the days, So me just walk around at the front now, open the front door to go into the front. And Nancy just walk around and said to him, say, yo, come out of that and go in the back, you go like you're the star. Nancy said, come out of that and go in the back, you go like you're the star,
Yeah.
But I've never forgot those days. But I mean, it wasn't really nothing intentional, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something that live with me that me and say, boy, look how me come and go on like I'm near this big star driving a car front. And Nancy said, grow on the back, and Nancy at the star, you know what I say? So she just like, come out of that and grow on the back. So it just a little thing where we tease each other about a lot, me and Nancy.
Yes.
And every time I do an interview, I always like bring it up, you know what I'm saying? But as me say, big up to Mama Nancy. The other day, me and her talked to she that Jamaica, and I just thought we just heal up each other, no matter what.
Respect.
You know, hear from one person, you call the other person and say, oh, last time when I hear you, how you do, you're good?
Yeah, true. That was the good old days, Junie Ranks.
Good old days. But you couldn't do that right now to an artist.
Oh, no.
If you go tell an artist, like, come out of that and go on. No, you don't want to hear the last of it. It's a war, So it was just nothing back then. It was, to me, I take it like, you know what? Why, who tell me if I go in a car front like I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I mean, Mama Nancy.
Also, Junie Ranks, I've got Ryan on the line. He said to ask Junie Ranks whether she still have the booger crepe. It's called booger crepe.
No, ma'am, I don't wear booger no more. Them not locked down but a long time. But a locked down for much years. You know much years but a locked down from me about 19 or 20 year old. I wish it never come back.
Yeah. But Junie Ranks, on a serious note, how you used to walk with a size 10 shoes when you were size 6?
Let me tell you something, man. You know what I know? When I walk with a booger there, flap at the front of my foot. You know what I'm saying? And my mother tell me, I must wear the size 10 see when I size 6 I wear at that time. But so I go to school and the pitney them laugh after me and a pint all for my booger.
Were you crying at some point?
It was a center of attraction. It's like I couldn't hide the booger when I go to school because the booger was so big. I said, oh my God, why the parents have to do that to we as kids? It's not right.
I know. Were you in tears sometimes, Junie Ranks?
What you mean? Me cry. But only one thing leave for me do I take off the booger and go to school barefoot. But that would have be worse. You're going to school barefoot and your mother that beat you too because she tell her say she buy the booger and she can't carry it back, so you have to wear it to go to school.
Yeah. So what's new with Junie Ranks?
Well, what's new? Well, you don't know, as me just take it one step at a time. I've recorded some lately songs, but I say lately songs. I've recorded since 2011 because after a while I did stop recording and thing, and me in a different work field right now. I'm still an artist. I do it just the same way for the love of it, really and truly, because music is my life. I love music. Without music, it's like there's no me.
Yes.
But other than that, I'm into nursing. I go to work every day like a normal person, and I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a healthcare worker, and I'm loving it.
Respect, respect. In the front
and
line.
really and truly,
You are in the front line.
I'm in the front line, and really and truly is so. It made me feel like so good inside because all I did in my lifetime was just music. I know nothing away from just holding a mic from I was 15-year-old up until 1998. 1998, I decided I want to go to school, and do something else with my life and than just holding a mic. As a woman, you can't just get up and hold a mic until the 1900 or whatever age old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to secure your future just the same way because,
definitely,
in music, really and truly, we're not getting a pension, especially artists like us back in the days. I mean, some of us might still getting a little check for publishing royalties, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not much still that can really take care of you when you get older. So what I did, I go into the work field, trying to get my little social security later and, take care of myself and all of them something there. So,
Yes.
Thank God
True.
I wake up,
Respect.
and try to do something else. And I have a son right now that is really involved in the music also.
Respect, Jay.
He follow my footsteps. Him named Chevis. So,
Okay.
Him named Chevis. He have a song out there right now called Heartbeat. Pardon me?
I said yes. Good works.
Yes. So, I kind of try put a little promotion on his career and thing. And,
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? If I get a show here, there, and there, I still go do my shows and stuff. But, as I said, in these days and time, it's not like back in the days when we could only be artists back then.
Yeah.
Right now you have to have something, a secondary thing to really rock on. If the music don't work,
Definitely.
you still can live your life, So
Yes.
that's what it's all about.
So are you still lyrically fit, Junie Ranks?
Oh, you mean that my lyrically fit? I wanted me to tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. It's when you're born with something inside of you. If you try to be an artist, it's not gonna work. But if you're born with something in you, it's not gonna work. No. God give everybody a talent, and the talent when give. Even though I'm in healthcare, God didn't really give me healthcare to do. Him give me a talent as an artist. You understand me?
Yes.
So no matter what, if me in healthcare, there's always this part of the music where still draw me back over here. So I just learned to balance both of them and thing. I'm gonna really try flying a God face if God said this is for me and so because as an artist, if it's something that is embedded in you, you can get up tomorrow man and it's out of nowhere there come a hit song. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be like, damn, all this it come up. But it's always in you, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that's about it.
Can I put you to a test, Junie Ranks?
Yeah.
All right. Well, give me an acapella on any lyrics. RFI. Since that's our radio station. Come on.
All right.
Waiting.
For a few long years, Junie Ranks have take a break. Me chilling out in New York and keeping up the faith. I have tried this and that, but I must admit the fact there ain't nothing like the mic. I love to chat, so you can tell the world I'm crazy. I'm coming back in the business. There ain't nothing like the rhythm I love to ride. I miss the fans I used to please. I miss the man I used to tease. So I said, "Seize this I wanna be all my fans, please." Hey, had the reggae music me love and not the money. That's why Junie rally back in the DJ army. As a bold veteran from 19 all long. It's not an easy road, but me plan to stand strong up on me day in New York. I keep back. Me used to make a diamond and make a comeback. As a old veteran, I know the business a lot. Me no worry about the new kids, them funny black. Me a chat microphone from Penny's Penny Shop. Big up all veteran DJ from way back. Junie Ranks come back in the business again. It a go be tough, oh yeah. Sorrow, oh, but me know me I go make it.
Wow, killing tune, Junie. Big respect on that, man. Wow, yeah, still lyrically fit. You still have it, Junie Ranks.
All right.
You still have it. So tell me, Junie Ranks, we run out of time. Would you want to big up, or first of all, contacts? How can somebody contact you?
All right. You want to contact Junie Ranks? You can link me on Instagram at junie.ranks Junie.Ranks.3, or link me up on Facebook. Just put in Junie Ranks and you see Junie Ranks on Facebook. All right.
The legend.
I've got a few Facebook that is. It not have nothing a legend. It just said Junie Ranks. The world knows him as a legend. Because I start my career from 1984. I got to be a legend, a veteran, an icon. Call me anyone.
From 19 long time.
All right.
Yeah. And just before you go, Junie Ranks, who do you want to big up, man? Who do you want to say hi to? All your fans.
All right. Right now, I want to big up all of my fans in the UK. And if you're a promoter over there, the last time I came to the UK was 1993 was the last time I came to the UK. I'm still avid. So if you want to send for Junie Ranks, and I don't know, whenever all of the pandemic is done, I am ready for bookings, all right?
Yeah,
that's a long time I not touch it. So
we go work on something.
Yeah, and big up Lady G and Wish Party there. Big up Maka Diamond. Big up Mama Nancy. Big up all of my female DJ friends them like Angie Angel and the whole of them. Alright? And big up all of my friends right now that is listening online. If Papa Beta listen, Steve Knight listen, Papa Biggie listen. All of my DJ friends them, veteran friends them. Junie Ranks always a big up all of the veteran them, you know, because if you don't watch me on Facebook, on the system I always a bullet out the veteran them, right?
Yeah,
because sometimes
Yeah, I've got Carl on the line. He said she's lovely.
I'm lovely. Thank you, Carl. Isn't she lovely?
Hey, Junie Ranks. Hey, it's a pleasure having you here, man. It's a pleasure, you know.
All right. Big up yourself. And thank you very much for having me. You know what I'm saying? I respect the interview. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Because a lot of people was wondering where Junie Ranks is, but you dig me up and show them some in a Ghana where I'm still there. So I appreciate the interview, all right?
All right, cool. And just to let you know, I'm not stalking you, Junie Ranks, you know?
Pardon me?
Just to let you know, I'm not stalking you.
Yeah, say you're not stalking me.
Yeah, you said I'm stalking you. How I know too much? I know too much.
All right, keep stalking me, because I like that.
Yeah.
At least you stalk me in the right way. I like when you stalk me in the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
Stalking me, you would know so much about me, you know.
True,
but at least it is really about my career, which is good.
Definitely.
All right. So big up on yourself, people, and thank you all for listening. And I hope you tape this interview, you know, because I would really like the world to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So
I have it recorded.
All right.
You say.
All right. Big up on yourself, everyone. Respect.
Yeah, and blessings, Junie Ranks.
All right, boom.
I'm talking to the DJ them in the island. So open your ears and listen proper. Ninja man him there, a woman bring him come ya. Red dragon there, a woman bring him come ya.
The lady herself is Junie Ranks, the veteran artist.
Yes, all the man them what is stress man.
From 19 long time.
Take a stand, see. I'm the friend girl.
Original artist from way back when. Right on RFI Radio 102.1 FM.
I say, hear me now, Junie Ranks in your party. For me no soap. Me a go lick against the man, them why ya distress so man. Lick against the man, them why ya distress so man. Me a go lick against the man, them why ya distress so man. My name is Junie Ranks and me love every man, but me can't take the man, them why ya distress so man. I talking to the DJ them.